have to do it in SQL, dude. I do everything. Yeah. I write so much SQL. And it's like both amazing and miserable.
Mm-hmm. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
Nice to have you here.
Thanks. Yeah, it's been great here in Sweden so far, but I was a little bit disappointed by your saunas. It was only like 20 degrees Celsius in there. I was just alone in this little room.
Yeah.
The WC warm closet is not as warm as expected.
No, the water wasn't cold enough.
Yeah.
Apart from that, it's been okay.
Apart from that, yeah, the people are great. Yeah.
Yes, it's your first time in Sweden?
Yeah, I know almost nothing besides IKEA.
Yeah.
And gave a talk about IKEA.
Yeah.
Well, about IKEA inspired design.
Yeah.
And so that was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Lots of IKEA people in the audience, apparently. I heard.
Yes, and I am glad I got a thumbs up from all of them.
Yeah.
I did not besmirch the reputation of IKEA.
Yeah, and I mean we'll link to the talk, of course, because they're usually, I'm not sure when this will release, but they're usually pretty quick about getting the videos out, so people will be able to see it for themselves as well. But yeah, what was it roughly about?
Good question. So the original idea for the talk was I'm very interested in the hacking community of IKEA furniture, where people are because it's affordable and because people initially construct it by themselves, they feel empowered to plug things together that weren't intended and really customize their own furniture. So that was the original idea, and it kind of morphed into this broader talk about just packaging and how strange we package things in software and how we build programs that are so bloated.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like the software community as a whole at many different levels could take inspiration from flat packs.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I don't like the way a lot of stuff I do at work is packaged, but I'm also not certain what to do about it.
I don't think I have any advice for what to do about it. I tried to go through a bunch of case studies and just, create a general unease. Why does it take 2 hours to go to install Windows and play an indie game, right?
Yeah.
That whole process is, I think, way more complicated than it needs to be.
Yeah, absolutely. And it feels like it's happened. At least for me, I feel it kind of snuck up on me because we have this one thing we have React here, so we need a little build step. Now we have a build step, so we can add other stuff really easily, and then it starts.
Yeah, and there's this I think a continual, maybe failure of ergonomics, right? We keep on making these systems that are not nice to use, and then we have to invent a layer that's nice to use. But then that thing becomes unnice to use, so we have to create another layer.
Yeah, exactly.
That layer
and it's always on top of the other things.
Yeah.
We're not that good at removing.
Yeah, so we create this pyramid of Giza. It's just no space. It's just very crude stacking of blocks.
Yeah, crude stacking of pyramids.
More developers. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all developers stacked on top of developers. It's like another speaker that I heard of a bunch of years ago, James Mickens. He was talking about web development as well. Really funny. One of the slides close to the beginning was, "This is not a message of hope."
I do have hope. I do have hope. My biggest hope right now is that there's a lot of really smart people that are interested in this problem.
Yeah.
And B, my belief is that once Microsoft and Google and Apple and all of these other tech giants realize that by making smaller software they could save lots of money, I am hoping that inspires them to action. Because think how much they would pay for a 1% improvement in developer productivity, a 1% improvement in energy efficiency. Data centers take up 10% of all electricity worldwide and are responsible.
Insane.
The scale is bananas. So offering a 0.5%, a 0.1% improvement is just so unbelievably profitable for them. Like I think we are about to, especially as Moore's law slows down a little bit, see some improvements there. So I'm hopeful.
Yeah, sounds good to me. And also, I think, like you said, we create our own unease as well. So that's sort of motivation too. And also, I think, at least for the web stuff I'm involved in.
What's your background? What do you
Yes, so I make a sort of client application for a scheduling system. So like universities create the schedules in our system, and I make the client for the schedulers.
Okay.
So it's basically a fancified calendar. Pretty complex application for a web browser.
Oh no, that sounds. Time is one of the things that I really don't like touching.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, listeners, I missed the first interview opportunity because I got my scheduling wrong in my calendar. Time zone difficulty.
Yeah, exactly. You said time zones, and I was like, yes, of course.
We had daylight savings last week on top of time zones.
Yeah.
So I think I put it at the wrong.
Yeah.
It didn't.
I mean, stuff like that is so horrible.
So what framework do you use on the front end for your clients?
I mean, the main thing we use is React,
right.
And then that pulled in lots of other stuff. We started so early, so Redux didn't exist yet. So we found a blog post from Facebook about the Flux architecture.
Yep.
And so we sort of squinted at that and wrote our own. So if you're really kind and squint a lot, you can sort of see, I can see this is some kind of parallel mutation of Redux, only less general.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a special case. But yeah, I think since we set it up so early, I think we probably do a lot of stuff that's not needed anymore because we don't need to like transpile backwards as much as we used to. Maybe it's a bit cleaner to set something up from scratch today than it was.
I mean, JavaScript has essentially taken like modern JavaScript. You can do everything that jQuery could do back in the day. So like, I have been building without any frameworks recently. I mean, not serious things, just like personal things.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this is pretty nice. Like they have JavaScript has added a lot of its own bloat.
Yeah, of course. but now it's a bloat on a thinner stack.
Yeah.
Slightly thinner anyway. So when you've done that, like writing without frameworks, is there anything that you clearly missed from, comparing from using a larger framework?
Oh man, I dabble with like, I call this drinking from the well. In my talk, I talk about like skipping little steps of the layer of the stack. So instead of using React, you go maybe one or two layers deeper.
Yeah.
So this is something I enjoy doing. With JavaScript, it's pretty nice to be able to build little applications. You know, if you just serve HTML and you have like maybe 6 lines, you can actually do a surprising amount with maybe like 6 lines if you're trying to just do one thing.
Yeah.
I built like a little I built a flashcard app for this invented language called Tokipona, and that was it's like HTML, CSS, and like a few lines of JavaScript, right?
I think I've heard that name, but I don't know where.
It's a minimalist language with like 120, 140 words. You can learn it in a weekend and become conversant very quickly.
Wow.
I really highly recommend. It's like an APL of spoken language. Yeah, like it's so cool, enlightening, I would say.
That's awesome.
But yeah, that's a project that you don't need to have a whole bunch of React and stuff for. What else? There's lots of fun areas to do that. Lower on the stack, there's lots of people. I would say Zig is doing some really cool stuff, trying to clean up some of this dependency nonsense.
Yeah, it was interesting. It's not the same thing, but I spoke to another speaker earlier who had been moving from Node on the back end to Rust.
I literally just met him. Yeah.
I mean, it's a really interesting sideways move as well, I think.
I've really enjoyed my experiences with Rust. Yeah, they're having a whole bunch of drama that I'm not familiar with.
No, I've seen it sort of drifting by, but I'm not into it.
But yeah, Rust has been very nice. Like that's like learning Rust is how I like learned how computers work.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people did that with like early C
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
and I kind of like skipped that
Yeah.
and then started learning Rust, and the memory model is just so good in
Yeah.
terms of like as a teaching tool. I'm
Yeah.
not sure how ergonomic it is for like daily web use.
No, I wouldn't probably not write my front end in it, but it seems to be one of those things that, has a positive effect on your thinking, like grasping it by the sound of it, like changes how you think a little bit, and that's always exciting to me.
I think I'm more I think I'm just eternally chasing that feeling of like finding a paradigm and like like let's see, I feel like there's like maybe 6 or 7 different programming language camps, and each time I've like felt enlightened. You have like the stringy bash snowball languages. You have the actor model languages like Erlang, Smalltalk. There's APL-JK, the array languages. Each of those is like, I'm not sure how useful they are in practice, but they're so enlightening and fun to learn.
So which order did you sort of discover or explore them in?
I think I took a programming languages course in college, and they had APL and Lisp. And those were the one that was the experience that I was like, like I fell in love with programming languages. As you could tell, I think I like language a lot. Like I'm interested in like the Toki Pona stuff.
Of course.
Working on my own programming language called ScrapScript.
Oh, good name as well.
Yeah, awful name. Yeah.
No. It has some kind of ring to it. It doesn't sound too serious.
The ring of somebody hitting a bell in the middle of the night, right next to your ear.
It's not the ring of power. It's something else.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. That's turning out to be a fun little side quest.
Yeah. I mean, I have a friend he has some quite intense, I feel, Lisp periods where he's gone back and read the original papers, and then he wrote his own implementations, and then he did a little talk about that. And I was like, I have 5 more minutes. I can show him how to write a garbage collector as well. And it's like this many lines.
What a finale.
Yeah, exactly. But it's just a little thing on the side. So I feel like Lisp is one of those languages for some people as well that, sort of twist your mind in a good way.
Oh yeah, very, very good. I'm trying to think what else. What else have we been thinking about recently?
I think I spent quite a bit of time being frustrated about our build process, and fantasizing about if I tried to rewrite part of our React app without any frameworks, what problems would I hit and how, and would it be reasonable to try and solve them with my own code or not? Because I think what I would miss. I mean, for one, a nice sort of way of packaging components, of course. But I think people have solutions for that without React as well nowadays.
Yeah, I think people are. I think HTMX is what kind of people are.
Oh yeah, people use.
What is it? Convening on?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No.
Like there's this trade-off because I really do. I've disliked almost all of my experiences with React.
Yeah.
And yet, I am leading an engineering department right now, and I am migrating to React from a different system.
Oh,
despite how much I dislike it.
Yeah.
And part of the draw is it's lingua franca. It's like a lot of people are familiar with it and can get going. And I hate to say it, but LLMs are also very familiar with it. So if you're working in kind of like brainless CRUD type stuff like I am, it kind of makes sense to just do follow the template, right? But like don't stray from the template.
Yeah.
I think once you are getting into weirder territory, that's when I think people should be more adventurous and maybe consider using things off script.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people just like have too much hubris. They're like, oh, my problem's important, so therefore it must have a custom solution.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. And I mean, it's definitely worth noting that we still have React because it fills its purpose really well, and it hasn't hurt us in any way. It's more my feeling of, isn't this kind of a big and heavy solution for the stuff we're actually doing?
I will say that like so my experience with our front end is currently Elm, which I love. I love Elm. I have no qualms with Elm, and I feel very productive with the Elm programming language as a front end. The reason I think mainly that we have been moving away from it is just because it's a lot of LLM stuff, unfortunately. Like the autocomplete. How do I put this? Claude is not good at generating Elm front ends.
No.
And so while I am, as a human, I think more productive using some statically typed gem like Elm, it has been much faster for our team to generate bad code with LLMs and then fix it up. And React is what it gets closest with that.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And so we've been able to double, triple our output that way.
Still maintain some kind of decent level of quality as well.
Yeah. You end up once you have to it's like becoming a manager to an extent where you have to stop thinking like you are on the factory floor and you are now managing these really irresponsible and the unpredictable things. But I think once you get into that groove, it is unfortunately a lot more productive and a lot less fun.
Oh, that too.
Yeah, a lot less fun.
But I guess then you want to sort of generate the boring or the mundane stuff.
And this works really well for boring stuff. I am uncertain if this is going to scale to, real problems that people are facing. Again, we just do some pretty basic CRUD stuff. There's some logistics matching stuff that we do that I have not tried to sick the LLMs in that direction. But if you have a page for a React app and you wanted to do styling, even its first guess is pretty good.
A quick but huge thank you to everyone sponsoring us on Coffee. You can become one of those incredible individuals by surfing to ko-fi.com/KODSNACK and sending us either a one-time donation or a monthly support. If you support us on the coffee drinker level for €5 per month, you get a bunch of very nice stickers in your actual mailbox. If you support us on the barista level for €10 per month or more, you also get a thank you right here. Big thanks to Joel Rangsmo, Martin Hagen, Michelle, Albin Groen, Anders Legell, Brother Ingo, and Tobbe Lundberg. Everyone who supports us help make this podcast possible, and the more of you there are, the better we can make the podcast. We do sometimes have sponsors, but it's actually your support which is making it possible to cover our costs month to month. If you want to support us in other ways, you can of course give the podcast a review in your podcast player. Give it a thumbs up, a star, write a comment, or whatever your player supports. Or simply tell someone who might like the podcast about an episode. But remember, you're a fantastic person whether you support us or not.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's a large part of working with LLM code is sort of a mindset thing. Some people take to it really well, and I'm off in my corner feeling a little suspicious or something.
Oh, I'm a late adopter on all of this. Yeah. I was for instance, Cursor comes out and all my coworkers are like, this is very cool. I'm like, I will not use it until I will not use anything like this until there's a NeoVim extension. You can pry my terminal from my hand. Yeah. And there's now a nice-ish Cursor alternative called Avante in NeoVim, and so I've been using that and liking it. I don't know. It is a mindset change that I'm not super happy about, but I feel like I don't know. I just need to get over myself.
But so how? Because I've tried enabling Copilot in VS Code where we work most, and I feel like it's 50-50, slightly helpful and plenty annoying because it jumps in with autocomplete suggestions that it becomes a bit.
So Yeah, I don't have Copilot.
No.
What I do have is cursor-like tools and just like the OpenAI or Anthropic, just like chat interface. And so what I find, the flow that I find the most useful is rather than trying to modify an existing giant thing, it's actually pretty easy to start from scratch. Like you take the last entire version of your app and you literally generate it from scratch in like a week. And it gets so confused without like the proper context. So the only way to give it that context is to start from scratch. So as you can imagine, there are a lot of pros and cons with this strategy. But we found for our very simple stuff that it's like 2 to 3 times faster. Like literally rewriting the app from scratch every few weeks.
I mean that's really interesting, exciting, because that's something I've been thinking about as well. That there should be something to be gained by rewriting stuff a bit more often than we do.
Yes.
And this sounds like one way to do it and get a fresh sort of new perspective on it as well.
One super helpful aha moment for me was that our we've developed like at least I have, I'm not sure if my code, I don't think we've shared it. I have this like little pseudocode for how our entire company runs. It's like a mixture of like a kind of data model with like a few API routes, but it's not like, it's more like pseudocode. And this is the thing that over the weeks and over the years I like improve. That is the core of our company. That is the core business logic that I use to generate the actual code each time.
So you have that basically, here's the stuff how it works.
So it's more like you have this like semi-programming kernel that is it's the crystalline fragment to get the whole thing going. I suspect it feels like this feels like the pattern that is the right direction. There's something that feels so nice about having your entire company being able to fit like on a T-shirt, right? and then using the stochastic parrot to generate all the language capable of executing that on modern hardware.
And they can say generate this, but how about this kind of adjustment or something, and see what comes out.
And then you build this thing, and then you go to the product people, and they're like, "Oh yes, this is what we asked for, but not what we wanted." And so you start the next round.
Well, that's really cool. So you basically have your code on one side and sort of the chat or the LLM interface on one, or
let's see. During the binges where I am generating the code, and then there will be long periods in which actually, it's more of like I will generate a lot of code over days or weeks, and then not use any AI for days or weeks, just to prune all of that down to get rid of mistakes and misunderstandings and QA everything. So then that second half is zero AI. I just more use it as like get something okay down. It's like what I would do with like working with a junior developer.
So it's like use the AI to grow the plant and then you cut
exactly.
The plant. Oh, that's interesting. It's nice to hear.
I'm writing this book called Artificial Idiocy, and
good.
I think people have a lot of misplaced beliefs about about the impact that certain AI abilities will have. One of the chapters is I call it MP15. It's for what happens when every single person on Earth has access to like 15 math professors 24/7 for like $10 a month, right? And you like really start thinking about this, like 15 math professors, like they can't do everything. They can do a lot, right? And what actual impact would that have? Well, it'll make, I think, everyone better off, but not specific people. Like it won't make you rich because it's helping everyone else too.
That's true.
I do think that'll provide more companionship than people think. Like people fall in love with like anime pillows,
Yeah,
right?
exactly,
Like
exactly.
like it doesn't take a lot to trick your brain into feeling like real companionship, even if that thing is not conscious.
Yeah.
Like it's a, and I don't know. It could also be very dangerous because your companion will be owned and operated by organizations. Whereas when you purchase your anime pillow, it is not connected to the internet.
No, it doesn't get any updates.
I don't know. Yeah, lots of fun stuff to think about there.
Yeah. There's a lot of strange. So how far along is that book?
I'm like 3 chapters in out of like 10, maybe 15. I was just writing before I came in another chapter about it's called the Taylor. It talks about the tale of two Sams, Sam Altman and Sam Colt. One invented the revolver, and the other one is the the revolver. Like pretty much sparked the whole firearms revolution in the U.S. and worldwide. And the other one is Sam Altman, who is the CEO of OpenAI. And if you, it's bizarre how similar their stories are, where they are eccentric and like, I don't want to say they're like evil, but they have like these weird stories where like they like flirt with strategies that I think most honest people might like be a little bit afraid to do. Anyway, I think also not only are their stories similar, but the story of the gun in everybody's pocket, right? This promise of something that's so dangerous, but also that will protect you from the Wild West, right? And AI, which is offering similar promise and similar peril. So, I think that's going to be a fun little chapter.
It's really interesting.
Fun fact: Sam Colt, one of his earliest inventions at age 14 was an underwater explosive,
Really?
which he used to blow up a raft at a 4th of July celebration. And then I think he like went down on his luck in his like 30s, and then tried to make money again off of that exact same idea with Samuel Morse. He was Morse of the Morse telegraph. I think he lent. They shared they were like friends-ish. They were like co-inventors, but they shared the copper that was used for like the first telegraph. It's like weird overlap.
Super weird.
Yeah.
Small world. That's all.
Dude, United States, dude. I'm so sorry.
I think many people feel like that.
Yeah.
Strange shit situation.
I don't know. What do you think about next? What's exciting for you?
Yeah, what is exciting? I mean, work-wise, we're starting to finally modernize that React code base, so that's deeply exciting for me. Getting modern stuff like TypeScript in everywhere as well. So, but I mean, otherwise, I'm all in the conference mode right now. So it's like hearing all the other fun stuff people are doing. Someone was removing their backend basically and having more or less having front end talking directly to Postgres. That's good.
Okay, I have a lot of thoughts on this. So I inherited that Elm front end, and it's connected directly to Supabase, which is Postgres. So there's no back end like in between the front end and the database. Yeah. And oh my goodness, I have so many strong opinions about this. I believe this is the future. Mm-hmm. I think that Postgres is not the platform we need for this, and I don't think we have the platform that we need for this.
Oh, interesting.
No, keeping my plans secret for now. But I think the idea is so good. Like right now, if you like really at a grand scale think about what we're doing with most backends, they're just little wrappers for the database, and we like ship so much data back and forth.
Yeah,
like every single time you do consecutive queries, that was something that like you are pulling the data away from the code. You need to bring the code to the data.
Yeah.
Like it is so much cheaper to put a program on a database than to ship the rows elsewhere. Like it is so stupid and inefficient. Like how we're currently doing this. And like Postgres, I think I don't know of any better platform to try this idea out on. So Supabase is like really cool and cutting edge, and I think proving that there's some merit here. But like it's got like it has to carry the burden of like SQL, which I don't personally think was a very well designed programming language. And so like you have to do it in SQL, dude. I do everything. I write so much SQL, and it's like both amazing and miserable. You'll see on my blog too. I write absurd SQL sometimes. Like I wrote a whole spaced repetition software in SQL. I wrote an RSS feed generator just in pure SQL as well.
Wow.
And I absolutely loathe SQL. I hate it. I hate SQL. We can do better.
Yeah. And you know, because you've written lots of it.
Yes, I've written so much SQL. But the problem is, I also don't think there's anything better. Like it's so frustrating. Like that is like the local optimum that we're in right now, is that like writing SQL is the quickest ticket to like a small code base, like a small backend, is you just write a few SQL functions and you can serve that via REST. And also LLMs are very good at SQL, but they're not good at SQL to HTTP, right? Like that bridge. And so that's part of why we are moving away from Supabase. It's a little too weird. I can't generate our entire backend in a week like I want to. So we're missing that iteration loop. So a lot of strong opinions. I do know of some secret projects that I should not talk about that.
So let's
I know this problem is being worked on, and if it does not, if those people do not succeed, then I am going to put my cards in the race.
Yeah. So something better than SQL.
PRQL, pipeline query language, something like that, is a promising syntax improvement for SQL. I think SQL in general, there's one design decision that I think is good if you want something like Prolog, right, where it infers a lot of the things you want. What I think we're missing is an explicit query language where you declare which indexes you're working on, because really that is what you're doing. When I've worked with databases that did millions of transactions per second, and I am not really thinking about anything besides indexes and how those indexes are connecting to each other. Everything else is just kind of along for the ride. I'm using those indexes to grab other stuff. But the planner gets in my way because it has its own idea. So what I really want is I just want this it would be so simple in just like, I want this index, I want the index, and grab this stuff. It's like a little hop, and I cannot do that. I have to like generate code and then check the planner that will not necessarily consistently work on larger machines. It's a whole mess. So I want something like that. My friend is working on this language FQL, which is, I think, a step in the right direction. And it's just key value stores. It's just matching. It's like pattern matching. Like think about it like regex for like a file system or it's hard to think about.
So you're matching on the path in the file system or something? No,
it's not. It's specifically made for Foundation DB, which is like, think about like it's like just for prefixes, right? So you can match on like, it's like regex prefix thing, but it's like used for very high scale operations for fetching data. I think this is the right primitive. This feels so good as something to build a larger indexing system on. So that's kind of where my head's at right now. And no more secret details. No more secret.
Keep watching this space, or keep watching your space.
Yeah. Find me at Taylor.town.
Yeah, it's an incredible website.
Oh, dude. I got an email a few weeks ago and just said, your website is the ugliest thing I've ever seen. And then he also sent me like a link to my own website, which is weird.
I'm not sure how this helps me, but it feels like, a flash of the time when internet was like more different and more weird, and there was more interesting stuff out there.
That's definitely what I was going for. Yeah, like I
This episode of Code Snack is sponsored by Ellipsis. Well, that's me, sort of. Do you know of a podcast looking for an editor deep into both tech and podcasting, or simply an editor who just gets the editing job done quickly with high-quality chapters and episode notes with relevant links? I love episode notes with relevant links. Ellipsis, that's me in my company form, is what you need. I have edited north of 1,200 podcast episodes, most of them for weekly podcasts, so I really know my tools and techniques. For examples, keep listening to this or any future or past episode of Code Snack, or check out ellipsis.se, that's with dual L's, for more and contact information. Thanks to me for sponsoring Code Snack. It's weird.
I love this feeling of being in a library, and I don't know, maybe like a weird old like mom and pop library where they don't even have all of the like newest books. You're more likely to stumble upon something that you're like, what is this?
How can this be the only book in geography?
I went to a used bookstore recently and I picked up a book on refrigeration, on microwave engineering, like for making chips, on underwater architecture.
Didn't see that one coming.
On how to build things in your backyard with concrete. How to construct greenhouses. This was a great haul.
Yeah.
It costs like $20.
Yeah.
Don't you understand?
It's amazing. Yeah. The stuff you can come across from this. Unique selection.
So I want my website, Taylor Town, to evoke that same feeling. I think the top things on there right now, I did a series on very, very US-centric series on how plants are illegal. It's called offensive horticulture.
Okay.
And there are 7. You have copyright infringement with plants. You have patent violations. You have trespassing. You have you smoking the things, which is illegal in its own way.
Yeah, of course.
And so that was a whole thing. I did a whole history of microwave oven design.
Yeah, I know you mentioned it the other day about deep diving into microwaves, and then I went to the site today and said, "Oh, there's a post about it." Adding it to the reading list.
That was a frustrating one. That was my wife was very worried about me when I was doing that one.
Really?
Yeah, it kind of put my life on hold.
I need to figure this out.
Well, it all started because we had a young baby, maybe 3 or 4 months old, and my wife went downstairs to heat up a bottle in the microwave because we are cavemen and we don't use like the electric kettles like you guys. Warm up the bottle in the microwave.
Yep.
And she like slightly opened it, and the glass front of it exploded all over the kitchen. And so that was bad.
Yeah.
And then they sent out a tech to fix this microwave. They charged us like $300 or $400 for a new glass thing, and we're like, so how do we prevent this from happening again? He's like, oh, this is a common thing. Like,
thank you.
Yeah, this model, it has this exploding glass problem. We're like, what the heck? It made me so angry.
Yeah.
And then I was also frustrated with certain parts of the UI, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So this was my, I had a personal vendetta against microwave ovens, but also wanted to potentially forgive them. I have this like thing I do called architecture archaeology, where like I believe that sometimes if you go back far enough in the past, you can like find forgiveness for certain design decisions. Where
they came from.
I'm also a believer though that sometimes you go back in the past and the thing was just a bad idea at the time too. Exactly. Like not just because it's old doesn't mean it's good.
No, exactly.
So very, very interested in those differences.
Yeah.
And don't generally find any like answers.
Oh,
I
no,
go
sad.
investigate.
But something catches your eye, and then you go after it for a while.
Yeah.
Is there current such thing?
I'm trying to stay focused on this AI stuff.
Mm.
I have all these
Makes sense.
different chapters and short stories that are being compiled. So I'm trying to stay focused on that. Oh, I did get recently distracted by spreadsheets.
Mm-hmm.
I just demoed this thing called Scrap Sheets, which is a novel spreadsheet architecture that I have been obsessed with, and am unsure whether or not to keep that on hold or bring it to the forefront, because it's so cool and it feels so good to have like little mini spreadsheets that are all like reactively intertwined. And not to give spoilers, but when I demonstrated this, you can very quickly build a game of life in a sub spreadsheet and then use that as like a random number generator. It's bananas. Like spreadsheets have been slept on for so long, and we can do so much better. I really do believe that. So like, as you can imagine, that's just like lingering in the back of my mind. I'm like, no, I have to.
It could pop out at any moment. It sounds like one of those rabbit holes that can go infinitely deep almost.
Yeah. What else? Trailer buses. In the U.S., we have tons of these like semi trucks like for transportation. Why don't we just turn those into buses? Right?
Yeah,
like we already have the infrastructure.
Yeah,
we can get like really cheap public transport.
Yeah.
There is reasons for this. So I might go on a campaign against the regulations preventing us from having good public transit.
That's interesting.
Palm trees. I'm tilting against palm trees.
Against palm trees.
Yeah, palm trees are no good. They're like an ecological disaster. And so I started scheming up like a scalping program. I know it's a really offensive term, but there's really no other way to phrase it. I was going to try to incite vigilantism for people to cut down palm trees in their own areas.
Okay. Yeah. I had friends a bunch of years back who they were smiling when they talked about it, but they had some kind of plan out that it would be relatively easy to sink the entire Swedish fishing fleet. So it's like, you never know. It sounded surprising.
No, I'm from Southern California, where they planted so many palm trees, and it's a space that desperately needs shade, right? Why would they like? It's in palm trees also like they're particularly good homes for like rats and cockroaches, and so
all the bad things.
Yeah. Like, sorry, I hate palm trees, dude.
And can I go and read about this on?
Not yet.
Okay.
See, these are you asked about things that are distracting me.
Yeah.
And so these are things I'm putting to the side. I have a text file that is, I think it's like 150,000 lines long, right? Not lines.
Yes. Lines, yeah.
And they're all different little schemes like this.
Wow.
It's MB. It is megabytes of schemes of varying
complexity.
Complexity,
Yeah. I mean, that's what happens that's the fun thing that happens when you start to remember to like write stuff like that down as well. It builds up surprisingly.
People don't take enough notes.
No, exactly.
Notes.
I try to, and I'm still not good enough at it. I still think I could.
Something pops in your head, you write it down.
Yeah, exactly.
Like here's 2 words that are really good. Pinwheel hair clips. Why don't those exist? Right?
Yeah.
Like a little hair clip.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Surprised.
Yeah. So much good stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's a good spot to stop on.
Good stop to good. What do you have anything to plug?
No, not right now. My mind is full.
Your mind is full.
Like palm trees, microwave ovens, spreadsheets.
Do we have a sponsor on this show?
We don't know yet.
Oh,
could be.
Can I suggest a sponsor?
Yeah, go ahead.
If there are any herbicide companies that think of ingenious anti-palm tree measures, I think they should get in touch.
Yeah.
I think the world sorely needs some or maybe like space lasers to target the palm
That
trees.
would be pretty awesome.
So if we have any from military contractors.
The orbital palm tree cannon.
OPTC,
Yeah.
the orbital palm tree cannon. I love it.
You just hand it out on business cards, like OPTC contractor.
The price of space freight is plummeting, so this could be get on this.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to get on this. All right. Well, check out my blog, taylor.town. Check out my programming language, ScrapScript.
Yeah.
That's scrapscript.org.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Go cut down a palm tree.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone, let's go. Yeah, thank you so much, Taylor. It was awesome.
Big thanks for listening to Kodsnack. If you want to support us, leave a review in your podcast player of choice, or just tell someone who might like the podcast about an episode. And don't forget you can come hang out in our Slack channel. A link is in the sidebar right on our website at kodsnack.se. Once again, big thanks for listening. Talk to you later.
Let me put it this way, Mr. Raymer. The 9000 series is the most reliable computer ever made. No 9000 computer has ever made a mistake or distorted information. We are all, by any practical definition of the words, foolproof and incapable of error.